Oh shit, I got a sunburn on my face. Got a sunburn on my arm. Went out fishing with some friends yesterday and had some fun. Slept on a rock for about an hour and a half and yeah, burned my arm. Both my arms. Oh, you're probably wondering what that is. Well, one of the guys I went with, we were talking about doing stuff to his car, and he wants to get wanted to get his transmission serviced, and it just so happens he has an Explorer. Similar to this one, it's the 94, so it's got a different front end, a little bit more boxed, but it has a very similar transmission. And he wanted the transmission fluid changed because the place that he took it to when he told him to change the fluid, I guess they misunderstood him and only changed his oil, not his transmission fluid. So he ended up paying for an oil change, not a transmission fluid change. So we went and got some Merc 5, which is what his transmission wants. Put that in there. When we drained it, this is what it came out. It came out red. Well, actually, I mixed some fluids with that, but it was pretty much that color. It was a super dark red, very dirty. In fact, I have his filter in here somewhere. It was pretty dirty, had some material built up in there. Normal sludge, when I got it all balled up into my fingers, it was about that thick. That was just from the magnet. So we got it changed out. In about 3 months we're going to change it again because we didn't do the torque converter. We're going to let the new stuff chase out the old shit. And this is what we put in. I've used this before in my Explorer. Works pretty good so far. And we went to Valvoline, had him put 35 psi of pressure in because he was low down to 18. And we know what happens when you go 25 and below. Fucking blowouts. But today I got to change the oil on the Explorer, and we got to change a part that's slowly dying, but not quite dead. We have a fan clutch here. The old one is starting to get a little free wheelie on me. So 60 bucks, got a new one of those. Figured I'd change it before she starts to overheat. So this is just preventative maintenance. And we got our Ford FL1A filter. This fits, I believe it fits 5.0s, 5.8s, and it also fits the 4.0. That's the same filter we put in the truck. And we got some Royale Purple SA10W30. And all this total cost me $116, fan clutch and oil. Oh yeah, when my friend's Explorer, we also changed out the shocks with the Gabriel, same style that we put in the truck. And his Explorer rides really good, actually. It's an XLT, and it rides actually a little better than mine does. And that is because the rear of my car has shitty springs. It is done. But aside from that, it's a good riding Explorer. It has no rust underneath it. It's all perfect. So we just went in and changed his fluids and changed the serpentine belt, changed his shocks. And we'll probably be back to do some other little stuff. And while we're here, we're gonna add some of this mystery oil we put in Adam's car. Ooh, we're gonna put some of that in the gas. I'm gonna put half that in the gas, half that in the oil. And I'm gonna go put a full tank in this thing. Anyways, let's get to work. Let's see if we can get in here and see this. Yeah, you see that? It's supposed to stop almost immediately. This new clutch, when I went to turn it, it was very stiff. Very stiff. Made in China. Oh boy. You know what? I didn't think it was this obvious, but that Royale Purple is actually purple. I got purple oil going in my engine. Holy shit. Let's check this out. I'm on my last quart. Yeah, this stuff's gonna be nice. This engine's gonna love it. Fact sheet is freaking purple. And I'm not using a K&N oil filter like I was last time. I'm using the standard replacement Ford FL1A filter. I like using the Ford filter because it's just as cheap as the other ones, but it's bigger than the other ones. It's just a factory filter. I'm actually thinking about getting a new cap because I think this seal's getting a little old. Keep that oil on there so the seal goes on real nice. Run it with all this stuff. I'm interested to see that mystery oil in the gas. I want to see what that does. Wow. You can hear that fan now. I haven't heard that in years. See how my AC works. It's nice and cold now. I think tomorrow, for shits and giggles, I'm just going to change the transmission fluid out again. I just want to keep this thing alive until I can actually buy a new one. Change it one more time. It only takes 4 quarts when you do just drain the transmission out. I want to see how much cooler this thing runs with the new fan clutch. And the heat, I've been running about midline on the temp gauge. So I mean, right now it's about 81. It's not really that humid out. It's nice out actually. And I think at some point we'll either, I'm not gonna bother cleaning. I'm gonna get a new map sensor or mass air pressure sensor or whatever, mass airflow sensor. Excuse me. That thing's never been cleaned, never been replaced. Oh, Chevy broke down. So far it seems to like it. It's not overheating. It's been running pretty normal. The fan clutch was still functioning. AC is nice and cold. I love it. It's consistent now. Well, she's liking the oil, she's liking the new fan clutch. AC is really nice and cold now. It's a lot better than it was with that old fan clutch. And the temp seems to be a little, well, almost the same, a little bit cooler. So it is a lot better for it. And that should last me another 170,000 miles, at least I hope. That's a long time, so we don't know how this China part will last. But as a backup, we got that guy. We can either keep it, or I might just throw it somewhere deep in the closet and just let it sit there. Even put the original bolts there. So this is transmission fluid and a little bit of brake fluid and a little bit of gear oil mixed together. This is 2 vehicles worth of motor oil. This is from the Celica. And this is from this guy. So I'm gonna get my other jug over there and dump it into those bottles. Take this and pour that in there. It's a big wide mouth thing like that, and I can just dump it in there without spilling all over the place. So yeah, and then we'll take it to Valvoline tomorrow and get rid of it all. Do that with the transmission fluid. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna change the transmission fluid on this tomorrow, and I'm not gonna do the filter, just the transmission fluid. I changed the filter the last time, so yeah, we'll just, you know, milk her. You know, we can use every little bit of that transmission as we can. Anyways, bye bye.